will create large breaking waves of 15 to 20 feet and an increased risk for sneaker waves. Where? San Francisco, coastal North Bay including Point Reyes National Seashore, San Francisco Peninsula Coast and southern Monterey Bay and Big Sur Coast counties. When? From Wednesday morning through Thursday evening. Impacts. Large waves can sweep across beaches without warning. Remain out of the water to avoid hazardous swimming conditions. These are the 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time observations for the San Francisco and Monterey Bay areas on Tuesday, June 4th. At San Francisco Airport, it was sunny, temperature 72, dew point 50, relative humidity 45%, west wind at 26 miles an hour, gusting to 36, pressure 29.90 inches and falling. At Oakland Airport, it was mostly sunny, temperature 77, dew point 53, relative humidity 43%, west wind at 17 miles an hour, pressure 29.89 inches and falling. At San Jose Airport, it was sunny, temperature 89, dew point 54, relative humidity 30%, northwest wind at 18 miles an hour, gusting to 25, pressure 29.88 inches and falling. At Santa Rosa, it was sunny, temperature 100, northwest wind at 15, gusting to 29, pressure 29.87 and steady. At Concord, it was sunny, temperature 97. At Livermore, it was sunny, temperature 93, west wind at 14. At Monterey, it was sunny, temperature 72, northwest wind at 10, pressure 29.93 and rising. At Salinas, it was sunny, temperature 79, dew point 54, relative humidity 41%, northwest wind at 14. Here are some observations around California and western Nevada. It was sunny, with a temperature of 98 at Sacramento, 74 at South Lake Tahoe, 81 at Blue Canyon, and 79 at Mammoth Lakes. It was mostly sunny, with a temperature of 69 at Los Angeles, 85 at Reno, and 79 at Truckee. At San Diego, it was partly sunny, with a temperature of 68. Sunrise, sunset, and tidal information for the San Francisco Bay Area for Tuesday, June 4th. The sunset tonight, 8:28 p.m. The sunrise tomorrow, 5:48 a.m. The sunset tomorrow, 8:28 p.m. Tidal data at the Golden Gate for the afternoon and evening hours today and the morning hours of tomorrow. Low tide, 3:58 p.m. at 2.35 feet. High tide, 10:21 p.m. at 6.72 feet. Low tide, 5:21 a.m. at -130 feet. Here are the buoy observations for 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At offshore buoy 6 winds west at 10 knots, water temperature 61, pressure 1020.7 millibars. At offshore buoy 59 winds west at 10 knots, pressure 1021.6 millibars, swelling feet every 10 seconds. At buoy 14 near Point Arena winds north at 12 knots, water temperature 51, pressure 1000 to 17.5 millibars. At buoy 13 near Bodega Bay winds northwest at 25 knots, gusting to 33, pressure 1013.6 millibars. At Point Reyes Wave Rider buoy water temperature 51, seas 10 feet every 11 seconds. At San Francisco Bar buoy water temperature 54, seas 6 feet every 11 seconds. At San Francisco buoy winds at knots, water temperature 51, swelling feet every 11 seconds. At Lovers Point Wave Rider buoy in Monterey Bay, water temperature 58, seas 3 feet every 10 seconds. At Poinsett, Wave Rider buoy water temperature 53, seas 8 feet every 10 seconds. At Cape San Martin buoy winds northwest at 17 knots, gusting to 23, pressure 1011.1 millibars. Here are the coastal observations for 3 p.m. The wind speed is in knots. The wind at Point Reyes was west-northwest at 8 with gusts to 10. The wind at Montana Beach was west-southwest at 6 with gusts to 16. Synopsis. persist for the Central California coast and bays, including the Monterey Bay, Greater Farallones, and Cordell Bank National Marine Sanctuaries. Surface high pressure over the eastern Pacific Ocean will build and move east, allowing for strong northwesterly breezes to prevail today and tomorrow, with gale force gusts possible over the outer waters and the northern coastal zones this afternoon and evening. As the surface high pressure traverses to the north Thursday, the pressure gradient will be allowed to relax and northwesterly breezes will be allowed to diminish. By the weekend, another surface high pressure over the eastern Pacific Ocean builds and moves to the northeast, tightening the pressure gradient, allowing for strong northwesterly breezes to prevail over the northernmost zones. Significant wave heights build to 12 to 14 feet by Wednesday, with an abating trend set for Thursday through Saturday before significant wave heights build again towards the end of the period. The marine forecast for San Pablo Bay, Suisun Bay, the West Delta, and the San Francisco Bay north of the Bay Bridge. Small craft advisory in effect from 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time this afternoon through this evening. For today, west wind 5 to 10 knots, rising to 10 to 15 knots this afternoon. Waves around 2 feet or less. For tonight, west wind 10 to 15 knots, becoming southwest 5 to 10 knots after midnight. Waves around 2 feet or less. For Wednesday, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots. Waves around 2 feet or less. For Wednesday night, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots. Waves around 2 feet or less. For Thursday, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots, rising to 10 to 15 knots in the afternoon. Waves around 2 feet or less. For Thursday night, southwest wind 10 to 15 knots, easing to 5 to 10 knots after midnight. Waves around 2 feet or less. For Friday, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots, rising to 10 to 15 knots in the afternoon. Waves around 2 feet or less. For Friday night, southwest wind 10 to 15 knots. Waves around 2 feet or less. For Saturday, southwest wind 5 to 10 knots, rising to 10 to 15 knots in the afternoon. Waves around 2 feet or less. For Saturday night, southwest wind 10 to 15 knots, easing to 5 to 10 knots after midnight. Waves around 2 feet or less. The coastal waters forecast from Point Arena to Point Reyes out to 10 nautical miles. Small craft advisory in effect until 3 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time this afternoon. Gale warning in effect from